Hello, I am Hervé Dardis, the principal of Otsego High School. Today we honor our graduates from the class of 2020. Otsego High School class of 2020, I want to let you know how proud we are of you for what you've accomplished already and because of the many wonderful roads you will travel in the years ahead. Today we want to share with you the messages from three special people on your official commencement day. First, our charge to the class will be delivered by your valedictorian, Owen Watson. He is the son of Lisa and Jim Watson. Owen plans to attend Michigan Tech University to study engineering management and play football. Following that, we will hear from your class faculty honoree, Mr. Justin Scott. He will offer your commencement address. Finally, our farewell address will come from your salutatorian, Jackson Calloway. He is the son of Jennifer and Corby Calloway. Jackson plans to attend KVCC next year to study engineering and pre-law and plans to eventually be an intellectual property lawyer. On behalf of the governing board of Otsego Public Schools, the entire staff of our school district, and the community of Otsego, I want to congratulate you on your graduation from high school and to thank you for all the joy, spirit, and compassion you have shared with each other and with us. The world will always look back on this year and consider it a special year because of the pandemic. But we at Otsego High School will always look back at the last 4 years and remember them as special because of you. We wish you all the best in the years ahead.
To persevere is to continue in a course of action even in the face of difficulty. It'd be easy for me to stand here and talk about how unfortunate the last 4 months have been for all of us. No other class has quite experienced what the class of 2020 has. We are now having to develop a new normal, and that can be an intimidating task for a lot of us. If there is one thing that this community has taught me, is that it is not the size of the dog in the fight, but more so the size of the fight in the bulldog. I truly believe that this quote will hold true in all of our future endeavors. Although we never realized that we were sitting at our final lunch or saying our last goodbyes, that does not mean we missed out on the most important lessons that high school has to offer. I have complete faith that each and every one of us will find our true callings in the real world. Now is not the time to feel bad for ourselves and worry about the uncertainties that surround us. Now is the time to stand up and move forward for what we believe in. In my eyes, our class was not only one of the best to walk the halls because of our excellent school spirit or extracurricular activities, but more importantly, the new school culture we embedded for generations to come. We are now faced with our next journey in life. What comes next? For some of us, we'll be taking on a whole new challenge that includes college courses and living on our own. Others of us will be starting a new job or entering a position we may have not experienced yet. I know that doing the dishes and figuring out how to work a laundry machine may be tough, but I promise you with enough FaceTime calls and YouTube videos, we can do it. As we transition into the next stage of our lives, it brings me back to the cheesy 5th grade saying about being agents of change. Although during that time we may not have thought anything of those childish words, it does hold a true meaning. All 145 students in the graduating class of 2020 at Otsego High School have the ability to be an agent of change in this world. There is no doubt in my mind that the successes of this group will run so much deeper than the amount of money we make or the number of accolades we may receive in the future. It will be our class that turns this changing world we call home into the place that others look up to. It saddens me to think that we never got the chance to thank all the wonderful mentors and teachers we have encountered along our schooling days. But trust me, your work did not go unnoticed. It is you wonderful people who have shaped us all into the men and women we are blossoming into today. In the end, there is no greater joy than watching our class push each other through the rough to get where we are at this moment. With that being said, I can confidently say, when push comes to shove, I've got my money on the Otsego Bulldogs graduating class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, class of 2020, for choosing me for this honor. To be singled out for recognition from a teaching staff that features such an array of talented and caring humans is certainly unexpected, and it's not something that I take lightly. Perhaps this recognition means that in some way the time you have spent in my classroom or on my teams has been a meaningful experience for you. Or perhaps it means that you all thought it would be funny to see a sweaty fat man nervously stumble over his words in front of a large audience. Either way, I'm honored to have this opportunity to speak on behalf of my colleagues and to celebrate a wonderful group of young people. The second half of our school year has undoubtedly been one of the strangest periods in the history of American education. We've experienced a global pandemic and a national social protest movement. On a state and local level, we've had shutdowns of almost everything. In a sea of tumult such as this, there's a danger that the world at large is likely to marginalize and define the class of 2020 as a generic collective. They will likely be packaged together and defined in history as the class of cancellations or the class of the coronavirus. One single entry into the ledger of our collective unconscious. To me, this would be a crime. I promise you today that when I think back on this class, I will not fall into this trap. The class of 2020 is filled with individuals who deserve to be remembered for their brilliance, for their character, and for their individuality. I will remember this class for the impact they have had on our school community and on my heart. I will have a lasting memory of a football player walking straight off his shrimping boat and onto the football practice field in a shiny white tank top. I will remember the musicals I have attended and the Bulldog Idol auditions I have judged, where I have been blown away by the musical talent these young people possess. I will remember a fiercely competitive young lady whose very first words to me her freshman season of track were, "How come I'm not on the varsity 4x1 relay?" And as she worked hard, she made sure that at every track meet after that first track meet, she was on that team. I will always remember and appreciate the students in this class who provided uncommon leadership to their fellow classmates. Students who sacrificed time and effort to make sure that the learning and social experience of their classmates was optimized. Our school is a much better place because of the impact the leaders of this class have had on our school culture. This is a group of young people that have missed many opportunities due to situations that are out of their control. So I am extremely thankful today to have this opportunity to celebrate them. Thank you to our school board and our district administration for your creative thinking and organizational efforts that have allowed this graduation to happen. In reflecting on this class and preparing my thoughts for this speech, I spent a lot of time thinking about my own graduation 20 years ago. I was in the graduating class of 2000, the first graduating class of a new millennium. A graduating class whose only virus concern was something called the Y2K bug. I remember as a senior hearing a lot about how it was important to become an adult, to go to college, to work hard, and most importantly, to start being serious as soon as possible. At my graduation open house, the repetitive and annoying questions of what are you going to do now and what are your plans from relatives and community members were almost unbearable. The only thing more annoying on that day was the soggy croutons on the Caesar salad. I remember having real feelings of uncertainty for the first time in my life. I was scared of college, scared of not having friends in my classes, and having to spend time in unfamiliar places and situations. I was scared of failing. Like all of you graduates are going to do today, I had to step out into the real world and try and make something of my life. 20 years later, I am standing here delivering a speech to you as a person with a successful career, a beautiful and loving family, and an enlarged and overworked heart filled with happiness and pride over what I have accomplished. It didn't seem like these things were possible when I was sitting in your chair in the year 2000. Now with my journey into adulthood largely in the rearview mirror, I would like to share some thoughts with you as your journey begins. Remember that the voyage of a million miles begins by taking a single step. Don't allow yourself to be crushed by the enormous weight of the looming future. Consider what simple actions can be taken in the here and now to progress you towards your goals. It is really hard to make a plan for 4 years of college or a 30-year career path, but it is easy to make a plan for Tuesday. Surround yourself with good people who care about you. There are plenty of turds walking around this planet. Don't waste your time with them. Far too many people end up in damaging relationships and their life suffers for it. If you are spending time with people who make you feel bad, want you to change, or are not helping to propel you towards success, stop it. Flush them away. There are people in this world who love you for who you are and want nothing more for you to be happy. These are the people to cling to. Always be mindful that effort creates opportunity. In order to achieve your goals and find success in life, you have to be willing to put in the work. I have seen time and time again, as a person who is in the business of people, those with great effort outperform those who slack in all facets. As a human being, remember that one of the most powerful resources we have is the other members of our species. Always be willing to listen and learn from those who have more experience or different experience than you. Sometimes today it seems people are only concerned with sharing their thoughts and convincing others to do things their way. Allow yourself to be open to new ideas, and also don't reject traditional methods simply because they're old. Expose yourself to as much information as possible and make decisions and take actions only after you have considered all of your options. Above all else, remember to allow yourself to have fun. This journey isn't about a destination. The journey itself is the thing. Experience as much life as you can. As I have studied psychology, I have grown more and more of the belief that at the end of our lives, we are really nothing more than our collected memories. The people you spend time with, the places you visit, the experiences you have as you progress through life. These are the things that you will have to reflect on when your journey has come to an end. Take some time along the way to consider what you are collecting. Class of 2020, I want to thank you again for choosing me as your teacher honoree. I can't wait to see where your journey will take you. Perhaps 20 years from now, we can all meet at Dougie's and share your experiences. Thank you.
Going all the way back to 2016, this is a moment we have all idolized since the beginning of freshman year. Some of us have been longing for this moment since then, and those are the same ones of us who will miss high school the most. When you think about the class of 2020, many of our accomplishments have been overshadowed by what is happening in the world around us. However, our greatest achievements are still to come. Our entire lives and academic careers, we have been taught to follow the norms. Although, there's been nothing normal about our senior year. We didn't get to say the goodbye we always dreamed of for the past 4 years. We didn't get our senior prom, the swing out, or the last day of school we imagined. While this may have saddened us all at some point, it should not define the class of 2020. What will define us is how we respond. As Rocky once said, life's not about how hard of a hit you can give, it's about how many you can take and keep moving forward. Life hit us all pretty hard throughout this trying time. We must all keep moving forward. It's time for us as a collective group to move on, not just from the moments that we lost, but from high school as a whole. I truly believe every teacher, mentor, or staff member we have encountered along the way knows this class is destined for greatness. Due to our experiences, we have all changed throughout this period in our lives. An accumulation of excitement, sadness, and so much more have made the people in our class of 2020 who we are today. In my eyes, these unique differences we all portray is what make our class so special. There's no shortage of character and togetherness in the class of 2020. We could all tell early on that this group of kids would be different from the rest. From showing school spirit to promoting class involvement, we have all left our mark on OHS. Now it's time for us to leave our mark somewhere else. The two hardest things to say in life are hello for the first time and goodbye for the last. And now, it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye to each other, to this school, and our loving community. Good luck and goodbye. But remember, it's always a great day to be a Bulldog.